Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, and the host of the Webtalk Legends Podcast. Today is number 30 on the year. I'm excited because I love when I get the higher numbers. We're definitely doing lots of and giving lots of value to those that are out there. I want to make sure you have some housekeeping understandings. If you're watching us, don't just sit there and listen to us. Engage, drop a couple comments, at least drop a comment where you're watching us from. If you see and like what you're hearing, do a couple thumbs up, do a couple of emojis. If you agree, disagree, if you have some comments you want to share, definitely do that. And at the end, don't forget, please share this live. We would love to engage and help others as well. And if you're interested in sharing your story, I would love to have you in the seat as well next to me. So let me bring on a friend of mine, Carlos Hernandez. What's going on, Carlos? How are you?
Everything. I'm doing well. I just came back for my jiu-jitsu practice. I'm here ready to share, my experience, my life with everybody that's watching us right now.
Yeah, and we have lots of people popping in right now. We have some people from Morocco, Puerto Rico. We have Scott Gerard from Australia. We have Bo Gilbert's on. What's going on? I want to make sure everyone that's there, don't forget, engage, share with us, and let's have some fun. If you haven't connected with Carlos, definitely here's his link, and I'll keep it there so everyone can reach out to you later. Carlos, let's have some fun, man. We've done some business type of videos. Let's go back and let's go before even real estate. Let's talk about when you were younger. What were you involved in when you were a young boy?
Well, tell you the truth, I have a lot to talk about my life because I remember very clearly since I was 3 years old. I have a lot of great moments. I always remember the best stuff. I don't try to remember the best stuff because the best stuff is the past, and even if it's bad, you cannot change it at all. Um, well, let me just fast forward when I came to this country.
Mm.
It was 1995, September 1st. Labor Day was here that day. I remember. Um, Came from El Salvador as a tourist because my dad wanted to come and visit him. And I never thought I would be staying in this country. I was expecting to stay here for 2 weeks. Now, September 1st, going to be 37 years that I've been living in this country. All my life is here. So it was a challenge because when you come to a different country, you don't know the culture, you don't know the language, and that's a big thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I started working as a dishwasher, didn't know the language, but I say, you know what? If I don't want to stay here all my life, I want to get somewhere else. And being a dishwasher was just like a trampoline to start jumping to different levels. I become a cook once I learned the basic English. Then I moved to different restaurants. I become a head cook. And I noticed, that working for somebody else, it isn't fun because your freedom, somebody own it.
Mm.
And I started wondering how it could be if you own your own business, which is great. A lot of people want to own their own business. So I did some savings through the 1985 to 1991, and I thought I have enough money, but I just jumped. I never thought like it's not gonna work. I always thought it's going to work. Um, I opened a grocery store in Bambrook, New Jersey, because I live in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning, it was a struggle because I didn't have enough money to come like a big store. By little, I started building and building. It took a couple of years, maybe um, from 1991 to 1996, I was able to buy the building that I was renting for. And that made me think that if I was able to open one store, I can open another one. So at that time, I say, let me open a video store, right? Those days, the VHS. uh Spanish people at those days, they use a lot of phone booths to make long distance phone calls. So I combined the video store with the phone booths for long distance um, phone calls.
Hmm.
And that was my second store. Then, like a year later, I opened another grocery store, still in Bamberg, right? But I started noticing that even though, sometimes you own your own business, right? Before I was working with for somebody else, and I didn't have no headaches, right? But when you own your business, you go to bed still thinking what you got to do tomorrow, about your finances. You don't actually um, have a peace of mind. Your head is working every single day. But
Hmm.
as a human being, that's what we need. We need a challenge. Because I read this week, every time you take an opportunity, another better opportunity is coming. And I have learned that through the years, because while I was doing the grocery business, I remember somebody approached to me and say, "Hey, have you ever think about doing real estate?" And I say, "No, no way. I cannot do real estate. Especially I don't speak very good English." That was my excuse a lot of
Yep.
time,
Hmm.
just take the next opportunity, right? Because I was comfortable. I was making money, although right, my life wasn't all the freedom that I wish to have at that time. But the minute I put that, I don't know English, on the side, I started taking the real estate classes. I got my license in 1998. Now I am being a realtor for the last 23 years.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of years. And believe me, real estate opened another doors, because in 2004 I become a loan officer, right? And I did the two business at the same time. I sold the grocery stores, right? And I went full time with the real estate and the mortgage business too. And I've been doing that for a while, but every time I go for an opportunity, somebody in my network, right, show me another opportunity. And if I see the value of the opportunity, I jump into it.
See, you said some great things there. You took a lot of risks. I like what you talked about being on a trampoline. You had one job, you transitioned to another, you kept upgrading. These are things that has to happen. Can you share something as far as when you took a risk that didn't work out in your favor?
Sure, sure. Um, Let me see. Networking is something that I always wondering, right? I say, oh my God, networking is a good thing, because when somebody present you the opportunity to do networking, um, with networking, what I saw when they presented to me a few opportunities is like you had to work hard at the beginning to build your foundation. But once that thing start rolling and everybody's working together and advancing together, being successful together, your life become easier. And my first thing was like, okay, so I will attract a lot of people, right? And then I will relax. And that's when you go wrong sometime, You
Yes.
can stop. There is no way you will stop in network marketing at all. You gotta keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because if you compare the life of a networker, there's a lot of freedom over there.
Hmm.
Opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity, because you build relationship with people that have opportunities for you, people that actually they're gonna connect with you in the way that they actually are gonna be feeding your business, or they will be referring people to your business. But the first time I did that, I did a company called For Life, and the great company. Believe me, the product is fantastic. It's about the immune system, and I'm still use those products. Right? But I opened a big group in El Salvador. I opened a big group here in New Jersey. I actually won 4 cruises with a company, but I didn't understand the business the way you know it should be. So I
Hmm.
stay back, leg back. I wasn't consistently on the business, and that thing went south. Yeah, people started leaving the company. I wasn't supporting them, but because I didn't know how. Now I've learned from that bad experience that when you build something like that, you gotta stay engaged. in the business all the time. People need to see you there. You must have presence on those business because people are looking up to you. They see
Hmm.
you as a leader, and as a leader, you need to support them. A leader is not a person that go ahead of the group. He's the person that go behind, pushing the group to be successful altogether.
Yes, you have to. And if you're one that just keeps going ahead, you're never going to help others. And when you help others succeed, we're all in this together. We all rise together. Wonderful. I definitely agree with you. And I like how you're into your health, man. You're into jujitsu, being, well, before that, are you married or single?
I'm married. I got married last year. The
How has,
29th,
mhm.
the
Go-
29th is gonna be my first year of being married.
how has that, been for you? Does it change you when you get married?
Well, we've been living together with my present wife now for the last 15 years, right?
Hmm.
And sometimes they say a man get married when the man think it's the time for him to get married, right? I was holding and holding and holding, always looking for the perfect relationship, right? And there is no perfect relationship. There will be ups and downs in relationships, agreement and disagreement, right? And I wasn't sure, like it was a married life. But one thing that happened to me, and I can tell you this with, because you're my friend and everybody here is my friend, and I can open my heart to you guys. In 2011, I found God, right? Because I was successful. I was doing here, I was making money, I would do this. But I was pursuing something, got it, and never feel fulfilled. And the minute I found God and I started putting my heart into learn more about God, things started clicking. My lifestyle started changing. My my point of view of seeing life, it was totally different. And I say, you know what? I believe the only way life will work in your favor is when you are obedient to God, right? So that was a great thing. So in 2017, I say, maybe before that, 2015, I was living with my wife, but I knew I wasn't doing the right thing, living out of marriage, right? And that was my thing. Every year, I say, I need to get married, I need to get married. So finally, I say, I cannot have happiness. I cannot have my heart in peace if I'm not pleasing God. So I told my wife, the previous year, like we were supposed to get married in 2022, I mean, 2020, right?
Yeah.
But the pandemic came. So I proposed her in 2019. I mean, yeah, 2019. And we're supposed to get married in the 2020. And then the pandemic came. So we had to push the,
Yeah.
the day. Everything was closed. So we couldn't actually get married. So we wait a year. But so far, brother, with the help of God, there's peaceful in my life. There's peaceful in my home, peace at my home. And I love this life. I love it. I love it.
No, it definitely is something that I think everyone should experience it after they find that true love and it's a risk, with your relationships. It's a risk for business. It's something that everyone should, I think, at least have an experience. I've done it twice and I'm not doing it anymore. Um, it's something that it's so beautiful when you find that right person because they help you tremendously. You have those down days. You can lean on them, and they can help you through those tough times.
Yes.
And I wanted to find out how has I know we were talking about earlier about jujitsu and how important health is for you. Can you explain how important it is to you in your life?
Okay. Yes. Well, you find out, they say when you're the person that actually will understand what hell is all about is a sick person, right? They will appreciate being healthy. They will appreciate to have done the thing that they were told to do in order to be healthy. When I was living in El Salvador, I started playing soccer when I was 13. I was a swimmer. I would play a lot of sports, but soccer was the one that got my attention. Um, I didn't know nothing, but I said, hey, if I come every day, I will learn, right? I
Hmm.
was going every single day, 7 a.m. in the morning to 9 a.m. in the morning to practice. Little by little, I learned. So I play soccer for my school, from my high school, from the university, and I was about to play soccer with
Like a club team.
with a club team, with a league in the league, right? And I was training with them. And I was about to get hired when I had to come to this country because we were having a civil war in El Salvador, right? It was very hard for young people. You can die. Sometimes the government think that the young people that go to the university were against them.
Mm.
And at that time, I was working for the phone company that was part of the government. So sometimes you go outside the city, the guerrilla were thinking that you may be part of the government and they see you as an enemy. So I was in between. So I said, you know what? I My life is more important than staying in this country, playing soccer, having fun with my friends. Family, of course, is important, but I have to leave my family. I came here by myself. My dad was here, but we never had that relationship, like like closest relationship
Right.
with him.
Right.
So it was like meeting a stranger, right? But I did what I had to do. I learned a lot from him, especially I was mommy's kid. She was doing everything for me. I didn't have to pay rent over there. She still buy me clothes when I was 23. She was giving me money for lunch, stuff like that. She was a great mom. She's a great mom. And my dad, when I came here, the first minute I jumped here, we were like, well, we pay rent here, we buy the food here. And I said, Dad, I have no money. He said, don't worry, we're gonna lend you the money, blah blah blah, blah, and then you gotta pay us, right? So, and that was it. So I started working and started paying little by little. But I learned that in life you gotta work for the things that you want. And going back to the sport part, right? So when I came here, I was 160, right? That was my weight, all trim because I was coming from playing soccer, right?
Hmm.
To this country, you start working in a restaurant,
Oh
see
yeah.
food that you never seen in your life. Over there, food is limited. Here is, hey, all you can
Abundance.
buffet, right?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was stuffing myself in from 19 maybe 85 all the way to maybe to I may say 2004. I was 225,
160 to 225.
yeah,
Hmm.
right. And I always wonder how people stay thin, but I didn't care because my wife was okay with my shape, my weight, right? My mom said, "Oh, you look good like that. Everyone's like, you're tall, nobody, you don't show up that you're fat." I was I was comfortable believing what they say until one day, I have a friend. He used to be a policeman in Bambrook. I believe he retired already. His name is John. John post a picture. I knew him because he used to come to my store to buy things. Jan was maybe 350, and then I saw him like 240. And sometimes you gotta ask because you don't ask, you don't get. I called
Right.
him. I said, "Hey, John, can we have a cup of coffee next Saturday?" "Oh, I have to work Saturday. But what about Monday that I'm off?" He showed up there. John is a big guy, he used to play soccer, I mean football. And I said, John, we don't know each other that well, but I just wondered, how do you do it? How do you lose 100 pounds? And he said, well, Carlos, my doctor say, that your body was made to stay in your high school weight, right? But we know we messed it up with our food and stuff like that. We don't pay attention. We get distracted. We get overweight.
Hmm.
I said, wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I said, well, I'm gonna take the challenge. And he said, well, go for it, brother, blah. Then we left. And my mother came from El Salvador and she said, I have some old pictures that you left at home, right? She brought me a picture when I was 17. I was with a red Speedo. The other day you can wear Speedo. Right?
There is a lot of people cracking up with we're in America, we have pounds, and yeah, 225 pounds. And I think it's in different countries that everyone's kind of chuckling. That's funny. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So I saw that. I saw my ribs, no belly, no fat. I said, oh my God. And I remember at that time what he said, you can be the way that you were when at your high school. And I said, wow. So I put that picture next to my bed every morning, every night, looking at that picture and start thinking what I have to do. First thing people think like going to the gym is going to be the solution, right?
Oh yeah.
It
Yeah.
is part of the solution, but it is
Yes.
in everything. So I hired a personal trainer, and three months later, I was still going being the same weight, right? And but I have the wrong impression because people say that when you go to the gym and start lifting, you gotta eat a lot. So I was eating a lot. I was eating more than before. And oh my God, I went to see my doctor. Well, actually, I complained to my personal trainer, and he said, Carlos, I don't know. I'm not a chef. I'm not a nutritional person, but I don't know what you eat at home. And 80% for you to lose weight is to start in your kitchen.
Right. Right.
And I said, how do I do that? So I went to see my doctor, and you're always looking for the easy way. At those days, they were announcing the release a new pill, once a month pill that make you lose weight. My doctor is an Indian guy, Dr. Singh is an amazing guy, and he tell you straightforward. He doesn't go around like no, he tell you what it is, right? And he said, Carlos, I can put you on that pill, but the minute you stop that pill, you're gonna come back to your weight.
Yep.
And I said, uh-oh. I said, no. So he said, the easy way, Carlos, serve yourself every day, the portion that you're eating every day, and take a quarter of that for
Yep.
30 days. You come back here, I'll weigh you, and you will see the result. I did that for 30 days. Then he said that take the other quarter, right? So only half of what you were eating before. I started losing weight. I started losing. I was going down and down and down and down, right? There was a moment that and I started still going to the gym, 5 a.m. in the morning, 5 in the morning, 1 hour with a personal trainer and 1 hour on the treadmill machine. Actually, I was doing the elliptical because my knees didn't allow me at the time.
Oh right. Yeah.
No. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, right? So um, I started doing that, and I remember one of my knees was I was due for a knee replacement, and they say, Carlos, you need to lose weight if you want to save that knee. If you don't want to go through the surgery, lose weight, work on your core, on your legs, and I went crazy on that. Boom, 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 right? And there was a moment that I couldn't go under 190. It was like stuck there for months and months and months. And somebody said, you know what? Why don't you do the water fasting? I said, water fasting? Yeah, what do I eat? Water. Yeah, but what do I get hungry? Have more water. So I went like that and I did 21 days water fasting. Just water,
Wow.
nothing else. I went right to 165, right there. And the guy told me, this is not to losing weight. This is just to get you down, but you gotta lower your intake.
Hmm.
So now I practice the intermittent
Oh, the fasting. Yep. Yep.
fasting, right? And I have now, if I don't go to the gym, I feel crazy. So now I just been adding stuff that I like because going to the gym, I started going to the machine, you get bored sometimes.
Yeah.
And I saw my son started when he was 13 years old to do jujitsu, and I was taking him over there. My son was 185. He was overweight at 13 years because I was overweight, and we were just eating and eating and eating. We didn't pay attention, but we were eating. We just start eating. So my son started losing weight, right? And I saw a lot of older people going after his training to the adult class, and I said, "Wow, if they can do it, maybe I can try." I didn't want to go there and be the one doing it in front of everybody. I start taking
Right.
private classes just to make sure when I go there they don't kill me or they don't smash me. Right?
Uh-huh.
So I
Yep.
start taking some private classes, and then the guy say the instructor say, Bill, that's his name. He said, Carlos, I believe it's okay for you to go and come to the classes because you're ready. At least as a white belt, you're ready. So as a white belt, believe me, you will get beat up all the time. But if you are consistent and show up to every training, little by little, you will get there.
Yep.
So far, I'm a blue belt, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it takes time. Believe me, that it isn't easy to go there, but it takes time. And I got my blue belt before my hip replacement because I went through a hip replacement. I had to take off jiu-jitsu for 18 months. I went back actually just to train, not to go live, and and I've been adding other things. Like I know for the older you get, I know you're still young, but just to let you know, and everybody knows, the older you get, your flexibility is less, your balance is less, right? And sometimes even if you roll, you get dizzy, right?
Hmm.
So you need to keep moving in order to have that blood flowing all the time in a good rhythm, right? So I start doing Zumba, and I noticed, like that hip movement has helped me a lot to loosen up my muscles on my hip,
Yep.
building up more muscles on my knee and on my legs, and my knees are more. They don't bother me anymore. And I'm only into Zumba maybe 2 3 months, right? And I do every I go every single day to Zumba from Monday to Saturday, and I do jiu-jitsu every single day from Monday to Saturday too, at least 1 or 2 hours, and that keeps me there on 165.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, being there when you wanted to be there is the most exciting thing that can happen to any human being.
It's a passion, and you create this amazing habit that if you don't go to the gym, it eats you inside, and it's a good thing. It's good because you want to do good. You want to keep yourself healthy. We always say health is wealth. The healthier you are, the more energy you'll have. The older you are, we are going to be your mentors for other people around. You have to have that energy, and without
Yes.
that, you can't do that. If you're into smoking or doing drugs or drinking lots of alcohol, it affects everything. But because no one really came up with and created something with alcohol. They've done it with being healthy. They've learned how to have a clean mind, clean body, etc. So it's definitely a powerful thing. We have some time left. Is there any final thoughts you can share with us? Let's go down the path. We have a lot of people that are involved with entrepreneurship or talking about building a team, if you have, or marketing, any of those type of areas that you can give us some tips or strategies.
Sure. Well, for those people that actually are networkers or believe in working together with other people in different industries, may help a word that I gonna give you, right? Building a team is the most exciting thing that you can do in your life because everybody's working together for the same purpose, looking the same objectives, trying to be successful together. On your own is gonna be harder. There is no a successful person that have achieved anything on their own. So the best thing to do for networkers or even people like right now, the networking thought has influenced a lot of industries like real estate. I work for a company called Exp.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real estate company. I used to work for Century 21, great company, but they were missing. Well, I was missing the networking part when I was a realtor. That's why I went out of the real estate business to work for different companies, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what happened when I was there? I was getting distracted. My real estate business was going down, right? So I had to go back here and bring it back again, but those businesses were going down. When somebody offered me EXP, I noticed that I can attract other brokers, other realtors to work in EXP, and the company will actually will pay me for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At the same time, as a realtor, I'm gonna be doing real estate all the time. I'm gonna be selling houses, and those people that I'm attracted into the company, they are professional. They already know how to sell houses. I don't have to babysit them. Right? That's a good thing. But so far, I have built a group of agents. My group is
Mm-hmm.
about 310 agents under me. and every time they have a close from the closing from the company money, the company pays me. They receive the full commission, but they pay me. And I just noticed, that this is going on with a lot of industries. I just find out last week that there is a company, a mortgage company that actually is copying the EXP model,
Hmm.
you know, giving you ownership, right, and giving you a residual income. And I love residual income. Believe me.
Yes. Yes.
Now that I'm with EXP, I don't feel like, oh my God, I haven't closed a deal this month because I have a big check coming into my checking account to cover my mortgage, my utilities, right? And I still have some money to save. So networking is the best thing. Getting together with people, knowing people is the same. Look, I didn't know you. We went to a networking event and
Yep.
we connect over there. Look, that was maybe 4 years ago,
Hmm.
maybe 5 years ago, but we still together because we think alike.
Yes.
And you got your network, I got my network. If we combine all those networks, we're gonna get bigger and bigger. Like what's happening here with Web Talk is an
Mm.
amazing thing. A
Yep.
platform that is helping every business person to grow, to connect with others through the social media, through the CRM that the company provide for free. You can actually spotlight your business every single
Yes.
day through different social platforms. This is amazing what we got going on here, and thank you for the opportunity because to me this means a lot, especially when you invite me. I say, oh my God, this means a lot to me.
No, I see what people are doing, and I just offer. And if and you took me up on it. Some people have that fear, and I tell people all the time, get out here, let's have some fun, let's talk and share your story because everyone that was on today and everyone that's going to watch on the replay is going to learn and they're going to gain value from our conversation from you, and they're going to and I hope that they implement some of the ideas, the strategies that we discussed and actually do it. That's the thing. Take some risks like Carlos has, like I have, and try something new. You never know how it's gonna change your life. So I appreciate you, Carlos. I definitely appreciate your friendship, and I appreciate you giving us some time today. I hope when you get some friend requests from a lot of great people, accept them. We'll continue
I
growing
will.
that network. And for everyone that watched, please don't forget to share this video, share it out to other platforms. We're here to grow. We're here to go together. Rise together, guys, and have yourself an awesome rest of your day.
Awesome. Bye, everyone.